we would all agree that one of the major challenges that prospective students who wants to study abroad face is the proof of fund. And this has been a huge topic in general. And today I'm here to make, I hope, I'm here to make your life a little bit much easier. So I'm going to be mentioning about countries with affordable proof of fund requirements. Now I know affordability is subjective, but these are the lowest you can get in this region. So with no much further ado, I'm Ify Grace, your go-to spot for all things studied abroad, including internship opportunities abroad, as well as apprenticeship, what we call Ausbildung in German. So, and of course, I always say a sprinkle of lifestyle. Let's get into it. As I mentioned, I will be talking about countries with affordable proof of fund requirement today. And during my research, I made the cap to be 10,000. However, there is one or two particular countries that might be a bit higher than this, just a tiny bit. I just decided to put it into this list because it's not a popular study destination. So just to make you aware of it and what this requirement would be. Just to note, the proof of fund requirement that I'll be mentioning is specifically for individual applicants and also for student visa. I wanted to make this clear and then we can go ahead. So I have 12 countries on my list. There are some with specific conditions that I'm going to talk to you about. And in case you notice that I'm looking down to my left, just know that I have my laptop here, and yeah, this is where I jotted down the information that I'll be sharing with you today. So let's get started. One more thing. If the country that I'll be mentioning doesn't use euros, I'll mention what it is in their local currency as well as the euro equivalent. And of course, because I'm Nigerian, or let's say most people that watch my video, I think, they are Nigerian or they live in Nigeria, then I'll also be mentioning the Naira equivalent just so that it helps you to see, okay, what it is that you need to have. And please, if you are not Nigerian, if you are not living in Nigeria, please don't be offended about this. Just use the local currency requirement or local currency amount to then own country's currency. And then voila, everything is solved. 12th, we have Luxembourg. So Luxembourg, you need about 10,332 euros per year as proof of fund, and based on the time of this conversion, and of course we know it's not black market rates I'm talking about for the Naira. So the Naira equivalent is about 17.3 million Naira, and I did a round up here, so when you check it, it might not be exactly that, it might be 17.2 or something, but I just did a round up here and we have it at 17.3 million Naira. Now on the 11th, we have Ireland. So Ireland, we have it as 10,000 euros on the dot is the requirement that you need as proof of fund per year. And this is about 16,730,000 Naira. Going further, we have Portugal. So Portugal is actually 9,840 euros per year is required for you to show as proof of fund, and this is approximately 16.5 million Naira. And furthermore, we have Finland. So for Finland, you have to have 800 euros per month. Previously, this was cheaper, but now they had to increase it because of all the changes that is happening in the world. And this amounts to 9,600 euros per year, and the Naira equivalent is about 16.1 million Naira. Now, going further, we have Austria. Now, Austria, there's a specific condition here for Austria, and this is that if you are less than 24 years old, this is where this applies to you, that the proof of fund is less than 10,000 euros. Now, if you have not watched my video, I made a video about the proof of fund, what you need to do, the steps, application steps, and also I did mention the proof of fund for a family, for couples or couples with children. If you have not checked out that video, check it somewhere here. I'll add the link for you to check it out. So as I was saying, for Austria, if you're less than 24 years old, the requirement is about 8,071, or let's call it approximately 8,072 euros per year that is needed. And this is in Naira, 13,502,000 Naira. So that is it for Austria. The next country we have is Croatia, and in Croatia, the proof of fund required is 606,888 euros per year. However, you have to also add there is a 688 euros that is called return funds that needs to also be added, and in total, this is 7,576 euros per year. Now, the naira equivalent is approximately 12.7 million naira. Now, the next country I have on the list is France. In France, it's required that you have at least 615 euros per month, and this amounts to 7,400 euros per year, and the naira equivalent is 12.4 million naira. Now, going further, we'll go to Spain, and for Spain, this is minimum 600 euros per month, which is then 7,200 per year, and of course, the naira equivalent is 12 million 50,000 naira. Now, furthermore, we go to Italy. Now, in Italy, it's required that you have 400. It's required that you have minimum 407.65 euros per month. This totals into 6,079 euros 0.45 cents per year. Now, the naira equivalent for this amount is approximately 10.2 million naira. Now, going further, we have Czech Republic. Now, for Czech Republic is of course in their local currency, and this they require about 115,810 per year in their local currency. Now, the equivalence of this is 4,600 euros per year, and the naira equivalent is 7.7 million naira. Now, furthermore, we go to Poland, and for Poland, it's also in their local currency, and this is about 8,412 PLN, Polish zloty. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yes, PLN. And also for Poland, they have this thing that you have money put together for your return ticket, and this is additionally 2,500, and also accommodation for a year. Let's talk about, in the sense, what is required as proof of fund and the return ticket. This totals 10,912 in the local currency in Poland, PLN. Now, additionally, you have to then consider your accommodation fee for a year. I did a calculation of using 150 euros per month as your rent, and this would amount, of course, to 1,800 per year. Now, the equivalent of 10,912 PLN per year that is required is actually 2,601 euros, then plus the 1,800 that you have to show for your accommodation, taking into consideration that we use 150 euros per month as your rent, as your monthly rent, then this would total into 4,401 euros per year that is required for Poland, and this converts into about 7.4 million naira. Now, there are some things that I would like to make notes here, but before I do that, there is one country that I would like to talk about. I don't know how true this one is, but I did read from their website that, well, which country are we talking about? So I'm talking about Denmark. And for Denmark, it states here, and I'm going to read it verbatim from what is on their website. If you have paid tuition in Denmark, you are not required to document that you are able to support yourself during your stay if you have paid your tuition. Now, if you haven't paid your tuition, I believe the proof of fund then is about 11,000 something euros per year. Now, I need someone, because I cannot check by myself anymore. If someone can check how true this is, or if someone knows how true this is and can probably drop it in the comment section as well, just so that we are sure that this is true. Someone is studying currently in Denmark and have already tried this and it worked, so please drop a comment. Just drop your experience as well in the comment section so that you can be able to help other people. As I mentioned, I'm unsure about this, but I just say to bring it out there so that you can then maybe try it out and tell us how it went in the comment section. Now, most times people do ask, okay, what can I use to show this proof of fund? Now, from all the countries that I mentioned, none requires blocked account, like Germany. If you know, most of my videos has been about Germany, but we are changing that now. So none of those countries require you to have it blocked. There are three major ways that you have to show your proof of fund. Number one is always a bank statement, your bank account in your name. The second we have if you have scholarship. And then the third, we have sponsorship or declaration of sponsorship, someone saying they are going to sponsor you. Now, there are some of those countries that will make it that the person has to reside in the same country. And some will be like, as long as the person resides in the EU. Now, as you would have noticed, or I assume you would have noticed, the countries that I did mention here are all in the EU. And this is just a way of me focusing on one region to be able to give you the most out of this. Now, for the bank statement, most times it ranges between 3 to 6 months bank statement that is required. For those that require 3 months, we have Portugal, we have Croatia, and we have Spain. Now, 6 months, Finland's basically called out 6 months, but just know in general, you need 3 to 6 months bank statement. And yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm hoping that this video was helpful, would help you guide the choice that you make. Just one thing to note, I know for Poland, the getting an appointment has been crazy for some years now, because I know when I started looking into Poland. So that it is affordable that is on this list doesn't mean that also the visa application is going smoothly. No. So Poland is an example of that. Even though it has affordable proof of fund requirements, it takes time to get an appointment actually. And also, I'll point out for Austria, the last time I checked, getting an appointment for legalization has been an issue. I believe I mentioned it in the video I talked about. So don't forget to check out that video. If you have experience with any of this country, please, it will also be good that you drop what your experience has been in the comment section to help help others to make a decision whether it's a country they should proceed with. And also, let's like call it out for if it's a problem or if it's a challenge specific for a country, then just to mention that just to say, okay, oh, in Nigeria or in Ghana or something like that, we experience these challenges. And yeah, because this will help in the sense people that are not from these countries will be able to move forward with it. So, like for example, I was saying the Poland one, it might be that in Ghana, in Togo, in Zimbabwe, it's not like it is in Nigeria. So you can go ahead to explore these options. And of course, I think one thing you also have to bear in mind is that some of these countries, they are of course in Europe or in EU, the economy of these countries varies. So this is also something for you to look into and then see, okay, that you have all the information you need before then making a decision. That's the end of this video, and I hope you did enjoy it, and there was an information that I was able to add to making your study abroad plan easier and much more straightforward. And as I always say, don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever it's going to appear. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment. Let's chat in the comment. Let's talk about our experiences in the comments so that we can help other people in making their decision. All right, thanks again for watching me. As I always say, I'm Chris, and see you next time. Bye.